It is really wonderful for me to have the opportunity to share something that I'm really passionate about. You know that as I started in life, I began to work in a corporate environment. And while I was working there, I discovered that my life was not balanced. You know, today we hear people talk about life-work balance, and I want to challenge you on that because it's not about life-work balance. Work itself is part of life. And in fact, in my book, Map for Life, I've introduced a methodology inside there that can take people from where they are to where they want to be. Anybody whose life is out of balance cannot be productive in the corporate environment. I found that situations where I was feeling guilty while I was working that I wasn't at home. And when I was at home, I was feeling guilty that I wasn't at work. And so I was an unhappy person. But you know, life has different areas, and I've looked at these different areas, and perhaps we could sum them up as spiritual, intellectual, and physical being the three most important, which deal with me. But then there's other areas as well. And those other areas talk about family. They talk about business, finance, rest and restoration, social investment. All of these things are part of life. And you'll notice that out of those 8 areas, only one of them deals with work. So if somebody is going through financial crisis in their life, and you'll see in many corporates today, garnishing orders, etc., that people have where money is deducted from their salaries before they even see it. People in that situation cannot perform at their peak. If somebody's going through a relationship issue, maybe they're going through a divorce or whatever it might be, I can assure you they are going to be an unproductive person in your company. In fact, they may be even somebody who generates divisiveness in your organization. So for you to see an increase in productivity within your organization, we need to look at the individual, because great companies are the result of great people. Map for Life has put together a tool that in it is contained the methodology for them to achieve balance in all areas of life, but not only to achieve balance, also to understand their purpose and get direction. And I can assure you, when somebody has clear direction for their life, they become productive in all areas, including the work environment. As we look at this methodology, it's as simple as using a GPS. And I'm sure if you are involved in the business world today, you know what a GPS is, a geographic positioning system. This GPS device, which many people have used or have seen being used, does a number of things which run exactly parallel to Map for Life. The first thing that a GPS does is it establishes its position. And if you think about that, when you switch it on, it doesn't talk to you unless it's seen at least 3 or 4 satellites up there and found and established its position. Only once its position has been established does it ask you where would you like to go, which is the second step in this methodology, to determine your destination. So what you would do is you would type in the destination. The GPS doesn't decide that for you. You've got to type in the address. And in the same way, Map for Life enables a person to define what it is that they want out of life. And once they've done so, or once you've typed in an address, the GPS can then go about setting a plan. And what's interesting about this plan that joins your position with your destination, there are many different options. A lot of people think there's only one way to get from A to B. There aren't. There are many. In fact, the GPS will ask you if you want to travel the slow route, the quick route. It may offer the opportunity to go the scenic route. Or maybe you want to miss the toll gates. Whatever it might be, the GPS gives you options. And what's interesting is the fourth step that the GPS does is dependent on you again. In other words, you've got to literally begin to drive the vehicle. Unless you begin to take action, nothing's going to happen. And so the GPS waits for you to change your position. And as soon as you begin to change your position, it will then direct you. And it may say something like this: 300 meters ahead, turn left. And if you do, like many people do, miss the turn, it will then say recalculating. And while it's recalculating, it's suggesting to you that there is another route, there's another way of getting to that destination. So in the same way, when you and I journey through life and we make changes, those changes, or when we go off track perhaps, we are able to get back on track, and Map for Life enables us to do this. So if you equip the people within your organization with the ability to apply these principles in their life, they will begin to apply it in their work environment as well, resulting in you taking your company from where it is to where you want it to be. And I know through the examples that we have seen that it can make a radical change in the profitability that you begin to experience. So I challenge you to begin to invest in your people, because if you do, you'll be able to see the fifth step come alive, and that is where people begin to record the results, and those results enable them to learn the lessons that they need to learn to move into tomorrow more effectively and more powerfully. So this is an opportunity for you to begin to equip people and make a positive difference in their lives, and the outfall of that is a positive difference in your company. I look forward to meeting you, and maybe one of our trainers will come and support you in your organization.